Would an occasional blackout help solve climate change? Remember, they told you the climate lockdowns were coming next. The COVID lockdowns were just the training wheels. WEF demands Americans accept regular electrical grid blackouts to fight climate change. As New York City's fleet of electric Uber, Lyft, and Rebel cars grows, fears rise of charging networks won't meet demand. They've already said if 10% of the cars in California went electric, it's about 7% right now, it would crash the entire grid. And do you know why? One electric car charging uses more power than your house, wait for it, uses in a week. Did you hear me? They're cutting off the coal plants, the gas plants, close thousands. They're not opening new systems. The windmills produce almost nothing. It takes more carbon to make a windmill than it will produce in its whole life. It doesn't matter. It's a bridge to nowhere. Electricity use booms in Texas, a harbinger for the country. Wall Street Journal, as there's not enough power. And the feds order Texas to cut output. We come back from break. I'm going to play you a clip of a man, and I've looked these numbers up. They're accurate. At a charging station showing you how much power they use. You can look these numbers up. These are deadly accurate. Deadly accurate. They're designed to bring the grid down. They won't update it. They won't build new systems. They're cutting off most of the coal plants. They won't even update, saying, oh, it hurts fish. The hydroelectric, the nuclear aren't run properly. But that's their answer. Bill Gates has all this new generation of nuclear reactors he's going to run. And the left suddenly says, we love nuclear. The global vision, 15-minute cities, and the end of private property. It's all coming. 3 years ago, I was on Joe Rogan's show, and he was bragging to me about his amazing Tesla, and we were driving around in it a few nights before we went to dinner, and he just instantly hit the accelerator, and it was going like 90 miles an hour in 2 seconds. Fastest thing I've ever seen. And I said, you know, Joe, it takes more energy and more carbon, if carbon's bad, to build this car and build the batteries and mine it, than it will use in its first 100,000 miles at least, and then it's super toxic. And he didn't know all that. Now you see a show, he talks about it. And now that's mainstream news. But you can look this up. A windmill, to make it and to ship it and to build it and to upkeep it, their lifetime's not that long. So they have huge graveyards for these things. A windmill does not produce as much carbon, as much energy as the energy that was used to make it. They're not giving us the 0-point technologies. They're not giving us the fission fusion. They're suppressing all that. They're giving us electric cars you plug into a coal power grid that they're shutting off, and then hooking windmills up that won't give power to 1% of the electric cars that are here now. So you think I'm joking? Here's information from the Federal Transportation Administration. Electric car charging stations use more electricity than 280 homes every hour. So when I gave you the number of one charging of a standard Tesla is more than a week that a house uses, that's a conservative number. Conversely, 15 gallons in a regular car isn't 5% of what a house uses in energy. These things are crashing the grid. That California said they're going to start turning off the charging stations. This is going to crash the grid. But, oh, buy more electric cars. It's the ultimate scam. That's why Toyota refuses to make pure electric cars. They say they don't work. They're a scam. Now, you can have a hybrid that's got a gas engine, and then it's got an electric engine. You can flip back and forth, or they're on at the same time. That's fine. Have something that has a backup energy system. You're about to run out of gas, flip to pure electric. I think that's a great idea. But the way it's being set up is a bridge to nowhere to make you think this is innovation when it's a giant boondoggle, and China makes almost all the solar panels and almost all the batteries, and electric cars blow up. Because there is insane amount of energy tied up in those things. They're the dirtiest thing ever. So let's go to a clip of a man talking about this. You can look the numbers up. It's actually worse than what he's saying. Here's a clip.
Hey, I'm just doing a quick little video here just to give people an idea of how much energy it takes to charge an electric vehicle. I'm at Fi America. This is a 350 kilowatt station. I'm consuming roughly 137 kilowatts. It'll fluctuate. Sometimes I can go up to the full 350. But to put this into perspective, an average home consumes 1.25 kilowatts per hour. 135 kilowatts per hour, it's like the equivalent of 106 homes on the grid, just this one station. Now, if I was going to get the full 350 kilowatts like these can supply, that would be the equivalent of 280 homes. Now, think about all 6 chargers running at full capacity. That's like 1,080 homes on the grid. Just a little food for thought. It's things people don't realize the amount of energy it takes to fast charge these batteries. It's a huge amount of electricity, and now you understand why the electric companies can't even supply that much power to one spot. It's like, think of 1,600 homes and how much copper and wire that would take to supply that many houses. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Somebody else just pulled in, and yeah, there goes another 280 homes on the grid as soon as he plugs in. So just a little food for thought. I do love my electric vehicle. They're awesome, they're quiet, but it's just something that people don't really think about. I'll show you my dash.
Check this out, guys. We're at Morrison's, where someone's got their car plugged in to the electricity thing, and we are actually out collecting EMF readings at the moment for our project. Check these readings out. We're getting on our scanners completely off scale. This is the radiation that's been emitted from these things. Absolutely crazy.
So, yeah, forget about range and all that. I'm just talking about what it takes to fast charge one. It's a ridiculous amount of money. Okay, now I'm at like 100. So that's like 100 homes right there. 120 kilowatts, because 1.21 kilowatts per hour is what a house uses. So, yeah.
All right, so let's stop right there.
Something out because they have.
What did Klaus Schwab say in about 10 videos, at least I've seen? We played a couple of them in the last few weeks. And he said 2015, by 2030, there will be no private cars in Los Angeles and most cities of the United States. Because only big companies are going to make the deals to even have the electrical hooked up for these. There'll be self-driving cars run by 5G that come and get you. There'll be no fuel allowed. They're banning all the different gas-powered systems in Europe and in many areas of the U.S. They are literally, there is goodbye car ownership, hello clean air, welcome to the future of transport. Hello clean air. Catalytic converter makes your car almost completely clean. And the gases that they put out actually add to the atmosphere and are good for it. Our atmosphere is a lot thinner than it was a million years ago or 10 million years ago. Look it up. Cow farts are good. Methane is part of the atmosphere. Water buffalo are by the millions in Africa. You can breed them with a cow. It's the same thing. Should we get rid of elephants because they fart? Or rhinoceros? Or whales? We create the atmosphere. Plants create the atmosphere. We're good. That's science. They have these toxic cars. Show African children as young as 6 slaving in the lithium and cobalt mines of Africa. You know how many United States you can fit in Africa? 4. It's the biggest continent. And there's giant mines everywhere, as far as the eye can see, in Central Africa, with humans digging up the rare earth minerals for the Chicoms and then make the batteries. So then the liberal trendies, oh, I love my car. Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah, it'll crash the grid, but I like it. It's fun. I'm good. I'm socially good. I save carbon. Carbon's bad. Actually, carbon's good. But the mining of it is incredibly toxic. So it goes on and on and on. Continuing. World would be better if we just didn't have any cars. And it goes on from there. The Globalist Vision, 15-minute prison cities and the end of private property, Zero Hedge article. Then it shifts gears into all these reports. Media now blaming COVID jab and heart attacks that are surging and strokes on climate change. Yeah, it's not the shot. Oh, the virus didn't come out of a lab. Climate change made it. Sudden death twice as high among vaccinated in Pfizer trial. But don't worry, BlackRock CEO and his demonic pals all over the world think freedom is over and we must serve them. It's all about slavery and forcing you to comply. He says, we control you. We will make you comply. We control the world. They even tell you what they're doing to you.